We have a big one for you all today, and one that I suspect a lot of you have been awaiting since our announcement. How will warfare be conducted in 2.0? Welcome back to the SigmaDraconis YouTube channel. I'm Taco, one of the members of the media team here. As with all our pre-launch content for SDX2, everything we show is subject to change. Coming to Draconis Expanse 2, we are making major changes to the combat system. In today's video, we'll be giving you an overview of some of the systems involved in shipbuilding and battles on our server. Our goal for SDX2 is to create the opportunity for varied ship designs, loadouts and roles within combat, encouraging build diversity and carving out a place in Expanse combat for multiple ship classes. The SDX1 combat system has served us well, providing many amazing experiences over the years, but with a new server comes the opportunity to overhaul the tools we use, and improve upon SDX1's shortcomings by building a new style of combat. Currently in Expanse 1, all ships are built to the same limits of PCU, drive signal, and launcher and tool counts. This leads to the majority of ships converging towards similar designs and metas, where balancing adjustments have wide-reaching effects across designs. It has been difficult to balance one aspect of combat without having substantial knock-on effects across the other systems due to how closely linked everything is. Torpedoes have been very difficult to balance as the system's implementation incentivized inflated torpedo launcher counts in order to maximize combat effectiveness. This had the compound effect of forcing shipbuilders to increase PDCs and E-War to counter the increased volley size, putting significant strain on server performance. Additionally, for railguns to destroy welder-protected blocks, they would either have to do enough damage in a short space of time to overwhelm the repairs, or exhaust the opponent of materials to fix the damage done. We want ships to gradually degrade and lose performance over the course of a battle instead of being either 100% combat effective or not. We've implemented a number of systems to fix these issues and achieve this goal. Firstly, we've implemented a ship core system that will allow for different types of ships with different purposes to be fielded. We'll hear more from one of our developers, Vercingetorix, later on in the video about the types of cores we'll have available at launch. To better support a wider range of ship sizes and design approaches, we're making several adjustments aimed at improving survivability without forcing heavy redundancy. For example, some blocks have been removed from automatic targeting to reduce the likelihood that ships will be completely disabled from the loss of single critical components, and incentivize targeting other areas of the ship like reactors or drives. Fuel mechanics are also being adjusted to remove the need to carry stores of explosive hydrogen on your ship, which can cause damage to critical areas. All thrusters will now use water, a heavy, non-volatile fuel source as propellant, and storage tanks will now adjust their mass to reflect their contents. Fuel mass will become more of a factor in overall performance as ships carrying less fuel will benefit from improved acceleration. With the implementation of damage penetration, ships will be taking persistent, meaningful damage over the course of a battle, and combat welding is being removed to reinforce this shift. Players will no longer be able to use welder blocks to actively restore the integrity of damaged blocks mid-fight, making damage more consequential. To support these changes and keep time to kill reasonable, reactors and thrusters will progressively degrade as they are damaged, rather than function at 100% output until disabled. As the block's health decreases towards the non-functional threshold, its power or thrust output will also degrade. This approach allows for weapons to have tangible, cumulative effects on enemy grids beyond the destruction of critical blocks. The addition of damage penetration combined with removing active repairs during combat means that sustained pressure from damage over time weapons like railguns will be more impactful. I'll hand it over to one of our SDX2 leads to talk more about our weapons.
Hello, I'm the Fourth Fish, and I'm one of the server leads for SigmaDraconis Expanse. For SDX2, we have implemented key changes across all weapons systems to match our vision and goals for balance. Firstly, we are reducing weapon counts that have over time grown substantially, especially in regards to torpedoes and PDCs. Let's go through our weapon categories. Some of the most drastic changes are present in the torpedoes, with several major shifts in how they are balanced. Torpedoes in SDX2 are split into two main calibers, 160mm and 220mm, as well as three primary launcher types, single, double, and triple. We've given each torpedo and launcher combination unique characteristics to allow them to fulfill a specific niche in combat. This new torpedo system allows us granular control over torpedo balance and allows for targeted changes to different torpedo strategies. To complement the new torpedo system, we're also introducing changes to point defense weapons. We have introduced a new class of point defense cannons, advanced PDCs. While more limited than standard PDCs, advanced PDCs feature unique firing modes and ammo types that allow ship builders to supplement their PDC network's performance against specific kinds of torpedo attack. Finally, we have railguns. Railguns in SDX2 will feature damage pass-through, a mode of damage penetration that allows sabos to punch through multiple blocks, dealing damage to each block it travels through before it runs out of momentum or exits the other side of the ship. This allows blocks like drives and reactors to survive multiple impacts without also acting as armor, as instead the shot will continue through doing damage to internal systems. Removing in-combat welding allows us to tune the damage of sabos to meaningfully degrade the performance of a ship without a substantial decrease in time to kill, as drives and reactors will decrease their output as each round impacts, so every shot counts. To complement this, we are introducing ceramic armor. These are frangible armor blocks that will absorb all of the damage of a sabo, but will be destroyed in the process. These ceramic blocks will be usable in limited quantities on a ship to allow players to protect vital components and areas, but at a substantial mass to compensate. Railguns are divided into fixed and turreted variants. Fixed railguns will be the first rails available in progression, and largely meant for use on the smaller ship classes, being the only rails they have access to. Additionally, fixed railguns have been reconfigured to fix the synchronization issues present with fixed weapons in DX1. Turreted railguns are available to larger ship classes and can be acquired later in a player's progression. As part of our post-launch roadmap, heavy railguns will be introduced for the largest of ships. I'm now going to pass it on to another one of our developers to go over some ship course things.
One of our main objectives when designing the SDX2 combat system was to create an environment where ships of all sizes can play an active and useful role in both PvP and PvE. We are very excited to announce that SDX2 will feature ship cores. In SDX1, small ships struggled to find relevance in PvP. The uniform speed and PCU limits forced shipbuilders to optimize around them, narrowing the range of viable ship classes. Shipcores has provided us with a framework to create a whole new system of combat and shipbuilding. Utilizing individual speed and hardpoint limits, we have created a wide range of classes. Shipcores enables us to balance each class individually, massively increasing the breadth of viable ships for SDX2. Let's take a quick overview of the cores that will be available for the launch of SDX2. Our classes are broken up into 4 main categories: skiff, civilian, station, and combat cores. All grids that do not have a core equipped fall under the skiff classification. The skiff encompasses everything from small utility skiffs, starting stations, and small Epstein-equipped miners and light-duty haul craft, such as rockhoppers. There will be 2 civilian cores at launch, the barge and the hauler. The barge is a general-purpose, medium-duty freighter, ideal for mobile mining operations within the belt. The hauler class offers a significant increase in hauling capacity, making it well-suited for long-distance trade routes across Seoul. On launch, we will have 2 station cores, the installation and the outpost. The installation will be the heart of industry throughout Seoul, able to be outfitted with an extensive suite of production facilities and armaments. We've taken a different approach to limiting production blocks in SDX2. In place of limiting player-owned production blocks on a zone-by-zone basis, we have instead chosen to limit the number of installation class stations that can be deployed by a single player at any given time across the cluster. To fulfill any other operational needs, we've introduced the Outpost, a station core tailored for small mining operations and forward operating bases throughout Seoul. It has a reduced range of production blocks and armaments, but are not player limited. There will be 5 combat cores on launch: the Picket, Corvette, Frigate, Cruiser, and Carrier, with Battleship and Dreadnought cores coming in a post-launch update. Each core has a unique playstyle and role in combat, and are primarily differentiated from one another by drive configuration, armament, and speed. We have given each core multiple loadout options, allowing shipbuilders to further specialize each core. We look forward to sharing a more detailed breakdown of the cores and their loadouts in a future video. But for now, let's look at a quick overview of a few of the combat cores that will be available on launch. The Picket will function as a light PT boat or reconnaissance craft, possessing only modest armaments in exchange for its speed. The Corvette can serve as a light fleet escort or as a fast assault ship if equipped with its optional fixed railgun, and serves as the introduction point for new players into the combat cores. The frigate's additional firepower allows it to pursue the larger, slower cores with skillful piloting, but its speed remains high enough to screen against enemy corvettes. The Cruiser marks an inflection point in the combat core lineup, slower than the frigate, but with versatile offensive and defensive armaments that allow the Cruiser to adapt to a wide range of combat situations. The Battleship is a true ship of the line. Its immense firepower positions it well for trade blockades or as the anchor for smaller fleets. Its slower speed can leave it vulnerable to wolf packs of corvettes or frigates, making fleet composition a critical aspect of combat in SDX2. And finally, the mighty Dreadnought, the Terrors of Sol. These hulking behemoths represent the pinnacle of military might, featuring unparalleled offensive and defensive capabilities, and are able to turn the tide of any engagement. As with the Battleship, fleet support is critical to a Dreadnought success.
Thanks for watching the video. If you liked what you've seen, hit the like button and subscribe to make sure you don't miss a thing. Please leave any questions you have in the comments, and before I leave you all, I want to give a massive thank you to the Patreons that make all of this possible. Being a Patreon doesn't just help fund the servers, but also gets you access to some extra behind the scenes content like early showcases of the blocks we're adding. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time.